a lot of hikam. One of those statements we want to deal with today, inshallah, in the Khutbah to Jumu'ah. And it's the famous hadith that I think the vast majority, if not all of us, have heard before. He swore by Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he said, وَالنَّفْسِ بِيَدِهِ لَخُلُوفٌ فَمِ الصَّائِمِ أَطْيَبُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ مِنْ رِيحِ الْمِسْكِ. I swear by the one who my soul is in his hands. I swear by Allah that the bad breath that emanates from the mouth of the one who is fasting is more pure to Allah than perfume. Not the cheap perfume, not cheap perfume, but the expensive perfume that the Arabs used to know, the expensive stuff. This hadith, many of us, we heard it before, and we connected only with the virtues of fasting. And it does prove the virtues and the fadl of fasting. In that most people universally, no matter what religion you are from, you connect yourself to, no matter what color you are, man, woman, rich, poor, universally, people are offended by bad breath. Not only are the people offended by it, but he mentions sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, إِنَّ الْمَلَائِكَةَ تَتَأَذَّى مِمَّا يَتَأَذَّى مِنْهُ بَنُو آدَمَ. The angels are bothered by those things that Adam's children are bothered by. So the angels don't like bad smells, just as we don't like bad smells. You don't have to be a Muslim to dislike bad smells. He mentions sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, من أكل من هاتين الشجرتين الخبيثتين فلا يقربن مسجدنا. Anyone who has eaten from these two stinky trees, don't come to our masjid. So if you ate an onion or you ate garlic that's raw, it's going to stink on your breath. Nobody wants to have a wife or a husband, someone who's going to be up in your mug, and every time they talk, you smell garlic from them. Nobody. You don't have to be a Muslim to be on that. The Malaika don't like it as well. So the Prophet told us, don't come to the masjid if you did that, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so as not to annoy the people and not to annoy the Malaika. He told us, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, at-tuhur shatrul iman. Being clean is half of iman. You can't be a real Muslim and you're going around stinking. Something's wrong with your Islam. And it's even worse for a woman. So as Muslims, we have to advise our Muslim brothers who have body odor. The toilets in the masjids or our homes. Part of true iman is that a Muslim is going to take care of a tahara and being pure, being on top of his hygiene. So this hadith, he said, لَخُلُوفٌ فَمِ الصَّائِمِ. The bad breath of the one who is fasting is purer to Allah Azza wa Jal than the expensive oil. Again, this shows the virtues of fasting. Something people don't like. But as a result of it coming due to fasting, is pure to Allah. The person is not cleaning his mouth, his stomach. It makes that stinking smell. Allah, in this religion, raises that smell up. Something that's disliked. The Prophet used to hate bad smells, and for that reason, Anas ibn Malik, may Allah be pleased with him, said he would never reject three things. If you offered him a pillow, a wasada, and he came to your house, he'll take it. If you offered him milk, he would take it and drink it. If you offered him perfume, he would take it. Sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sallam. So the point here is, this is what many of us know already. The virtue of fasting, this is one of the hadith that the scholars always mention. The reason why the smell has that position is because the smell comes as a result of a taqwa. It comes as a result of ibadah. You're doing something in Islam and it creates that smell, and as a result of that, it's a good thing because of ibadah. And there are many hadith like this. He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, عينان لا تمسهما النار عين بكت من خشية الله وعين باتت تحرس في سبيل الله. There are two types of eyes. The hellfire will never touch those two eyes. The first eye that the hellfire won't touch is the eye that cried as a result of the fear of Allah. The man doesn't even know Arabic. He stands behind the imam who's reading in Ramadan or other than Ramadan, and he starts crying because of the beauty of Islam and that Quran. And he doesn't know what that man is saying, but he knows that's the kalam of Allah, and it had that impact on him. And as he's standing there and he's listening to that recitation, he's thinking about his sins, and they are a lot. He's thinking about the fact that Allah has blessed him. He wasn't a Muslim one time, now he's a Muslim. He's a Muslim, he's been a Muslim, but he used to smoke weed, used to drink, used to make zina. He was off the rails. But now, he's in the masjid, a person who sins. And after sinning, he starts crying because he knows there's Yawm al-Qiyamah. That eye won't touch the hellfire. The other eye is the eye that spent his time looking out in the army, and he was on guard, fi sabilillah, in jihad, the real jihad of al-Islam. And I don't apologize about jihad. Jihad is from our religion. It has its people, it has its time, it has its ahkam, it has its adat. I'm talking about the jihad of Islam, not the fasad and the fitna of the Muslims who are extreme and ignorant, and they just want to do anything and call that jihad. No, not talking about that. I'm talking about the jihad that we don't apologize about. So as a result of those ibadat, those types of forms of worship, the effects of them, the reward is high. He told us, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the one who gets killed from shahada in jihad, his blood will be the color of the blood that we have. But because he's a shaheed, his blood is going to smell like expensive perfume. So this hadith is similar to the hadith of the bad breath. The bad breath comes as a result of ibadah and taqwa. And as a result of that, it smells purer. With Allah Azza wa Jal, it is purer than the issue of the expensive perfume. The other thing I want to bring to your attention, Ummatul Islam, about this hadith about the bad breath, and this is very important. As we sit here, the vast majority of people in this masjid are people from Africa, and they're like me in their color. But most of us have some color, Arabs as well, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis. Even if it was a white boy up in here, a white man who was a Muslim, still, we all have a sea and an ocean of different colors. This hadith is important for us to consider, because this hadith of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam clearly shows Bani Adam is weak. Bani Adam is weak. Someone here has the most money. Someone here comes from the best family. Someone here is the most smartest person here, the most successful. But the strongest person here is the one who has the most deen. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. The best one here is the one who has taqwa. It's not the one who was from Wolof, or the one who was Mandingo, the one who was this part of Somalia, that's part of Somalia. It's not the one who's Pakistani. It's not the white man of Europe. The best one from amongst everybody walking on this earth is the one who's practicing his religion. The best of you in the sight of Allah is the one who has the most taqwa. The fact that Bani Adam has bad breath is a dalil. Bani Adam is weak. You're weak. You have bad breath. From you emanates najasa, urine, and other than that, akramakumullah, all of that. The woman, she has that time of the month, stinky things come from us. And when you die, you're gonna stink. So that's a clear sign and indication. No one here has the right to look at someone else and you're better than him. Allah Ta'ala mentioned ayat upon ayat of the Quran. Like his statement, subhanahu wa ta'ala, يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ أَن يُخَفِّفَ عَنْكُمْ وَخُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ ضَعِيفًا. Allah wants to make things easy for you, Bani Adam, because mankind has been created weak. He's weak, you're weak, you're weak, you're weak, you're weak, and I'm weak. You're weak. You stink. When you're a baby, you couldn't take care of yourself. You get older, you have to start wearing nappies again. You forget, you sweat, you got bad breath. You go outside in this heat. My wife being from Nigeria, the Nigerians have this thing when you go outside and you walk from your house to the marketplace, you're out there. By the time you come back, Dhuhr time, you have this thing they call a garni. A garni is that smell you get when you go outside. Even if you're not working, it's just the smell from outside. African Americans, we say that in America. My grandmother used to say, you smell like outside. It's those smells that come with Bani Adam. And if you don't wash and you don't take care of yourself, it's even worse. But just naturally, you stink. There's no reason for a person to be mutakabbir, mustakbir, being arrogant, because he's Pakistani or he's from this tribe or that tribe. Something is wrong with you. Weak. He mentioned sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, خُلِقَتِ الْمَلَائِكَةُ مِن نُور وَخُلِقَ الْجَانُ مِن مَارِجٍ مِن نَار وَخُلِقَ آدَمُ مِمَّا وُصِفَ لَكُمْ. The angels have been created from light. The angels are strong. The angels are strong. In particular, Jibril, they are strong. Why? لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون. They don't disobey Allah. What He tells them to do, they do it. And the way Allah created them, they are strong. The two angels came down. Jibril say, Ya Muhammad, you order me, and I'll make this angel destroy the people of Taif. He's the angel of the mountains. Destroy all of them. Sodom and Gomorrah, the people of Lot. The angel came down, put his wing in the ground and picked it up and turned it upside down and smashed those people. Rasulullah said when Jibril came to him and gave him Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaqa, he has 600 wings. They went all the way to the east, all the way to the west. He said that was the most difficult for me to take the wahi, the revelation, when he was like that. It was easier when I saw in a dream. But when he came in real life, it was difficult. And in that hadith I mentioned, the angels have been created from the light. And the jinn, they were created from a smokeless fire. But the jinn are weak. Allah said in the Quran, وَكَانَ كَيْدُ الشَّيْطَانِ ضَعِيفًا. The plan of shaitan is weak. All shaitan can do is make waswas. He can't take your head like this and make you do zina. He can't take your head like this and make you not fast. He can't make your head, take your hand and take a gun and shoot. He told us, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a shaitan cannot open up a door. He can't open up a window. He can't take a pot, the top of the pot, can't take it off. All he can do is waswas. That's it. Now he has some ability in this shaitan, yajri fi bani adam majra dam. He circulates inside of you the way the blood, but he's just a qareem, and all he can do is make waswas. But the shaitan becomes strong if he obeys Allah. Like the Ifrit with Sulaiman. He had power. He can go and get the lady's arsh and bring it back to Sulaiman before he got up from that place. But the angel can do that before Sulaiman blinks his eye, because the angels are strong, because they don't make ma'asiyah. So the hadith said, the angels made out of light. The jinn made out of a smokeless fire. And Adam is made from what has been described to you. What was Adam made from? He was made from dirt. And that's why Iblis said, shall I bow down to the one you made from dirt? You made me from fire. Adam is weak and Shaitan and the jinn are weak. Allah mentioned about Bani Adam. Alam nakhluqkum min ma'in mahin? Have I not created you people from a despised liquid? He comes from a despised liquid. You come from a despised liquid. You. What's the despised liquid? And many semen. You come from semen. How in the world is someone going to walk around saying, I'm in Gambia. A white man is in Gambia. And he's walking around in Gambia on the beach of Gambia looking at Gambians down as if he's better than them because he's white. Make America great again. Who thinks like that? The one who thinks like that is the jahil who doesn't know Allah. Unfortunately, I understand why Kofar like that. I understand why Trump thinks like that. He's rich and he's a devil. So I understand. But the Muslim here, you're going to look at somebody else and think you're better than him because he's darker than you? He's darker than you because the Khaliq made him darker than you. And then it gets even worse when two people are from the same country, in the same village, the same people, and one thinks he's better than the other because one is lighter than the other, richer than the other. Allah created us and we all come from a despised liquid. So the jinn and the mankind are weak. And this hadith about bad breath is from the Jumuah Khutbah. It's telling us, don't be mutakabbir. Don't be mustakbir. قل لو اجتمعت الإنس والجن على أن يأتوا بمثل هذا القرآن لا يأتون بمثله لو كان بعضهم لبعض ظهيرا. If the jinn and the mankind and jinn, all of them, from the beginning of time until now, if they all came together, the ins and the jinn, in order to bring a Quran like this, they would never be able to do it, even if they tried to help one another. Because they're weak. They're weak collectively. Allah Azza wa Jalla is al-Qawi. You have a problem? Don't go to Bani Adam to solve your problem. The ins and the jinn collectively. Because they got bad breath and they stink and they're gonna die. Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned in the Quran, Ya ayyuhan nas, duriba mathalan fastami'u lahu. Inna alladhina tad'una min duni Allahi lan yakhluqu dhubaba walau ijtama'u lahu. وإن يسلبهم الذباب شيئا لا يستنقذوه منه ضعف الطالب والمطلوب. O mankind, as similar to an example, a lesson has been given to you in the Quran. Listen to it. Verily those who you call on other than Allah, you make dua to Isa ibn Maryam, you make dua to the sun, to the moon, you make dua to all of these idols of the Sikhs and the Hindus, Africa, all that nonsense those people believe in. If all of you made dua to that stuff, they will never be able to listen to you. They will never be able to. And if one single fly came and took something from them, they will never be able to get that thing back from the fly. Because the fly is weak, and all of you are weak as well. So it's a clear indication. Turn to Allah Azza wa Jalla in your worship. Don't make dua to the Nabi of Islam, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Don't make dua to the one who was dead in the grave. You have a problem? No problem. Use medicine, no problem. Go to the psychiatrist if you need that. Go to the one who can help you. You need money? No problem. Find someone who can help you. But let the first one you turn to is Allah with Tawheed and with Tawakkul. Don't be one of those people who the last one you turn to is Allah. And when and if you turn to Allah, you turn to Him with shirk and khurafat. So we want Allah for something. We take the Quran, we just open it up, put our finger there, and we read that ayat or that word, and that makes us positive or negative? Come on, man. Follow the religion and practice the religion. So verily, the individual who has bad breath, he doesn't deserve to be worshipped. And Nabi, our Nabi, as Allah mentioned, قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُكُمْ يُوحَى إِلَيَّ. Tell them, Ya Muhammad, I'm a human being like you're a human being. I'm a human being like you're a human being. One of his companions brought him some food, and they wanted to put it on the table. He told them, put it on the floor. أَجْلِسُ كَمَا يَجْلِسُ عَبْدٌ وَأَأْكُلُ كَمَا يَأْكُلُ الْعَبْدُ. Put the food on the floor. I'm going to sit on the floor. I sit down like a human being, like a slave, and I eat like a slave. But revelation comes to him, no doubt. He is the Sayyid of Bani Adam, but he doesn't deserve to be worshipped. The angels don't deserve to be worshipped. Our forefathers don't deserve to be worshipped. The Kuffar Quraysh used to say, I swear by my father, I swear by my grandfather. The Prophet told them, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when they became Muslims, man kana halifin, falyahlif billah. Anyone who's going to say swear, swear by Allah alone. Don't swear by your father, your tribe, your money. Swear by Allah alone. Ummatul Islam. The breath of the individual who is fasting is purer to Allah than the expensive musk. Again, this is not talking about perfume like Tom Ford, neither. This is talking about that expensive perfume like oud, like amber, that perfume that comes from the stomach of the whale, the perfume that comes from the stomach of the deer, the amber, that expensive, that the one that comes in a thing like this, 300-400 pounds. So it's a virtue of Ramadan and fasting. Whether it's Ramadan or outside of Ramadan, fasting is one of the best ibadat of al-Islam that you can do. It makes people more aware of Allah. We're better people in the month of Ramadan, better people. And just as important as that, I say to the racists from amongst you, the ignorant racists, you got stinky breath, man. Your breath stinks. That's a fact. And if you don't wash, it becomes even more increased. What makes you think you're better than somebody else? What makes you think you're better than somebody else? And in this small, humble masjid, at-tahur shatrul iman. Cleanliness is half of faith. You got to keep that bathroom clean. We have to make it our business to keep the bathroom clean, to keep the home you live in clean. People, you go into a person's house and it smells. Something's wrong with you. What kind of fast are you fasting? The Nabi hated bad odors. He was sitting there and those companions were there. And they used to have many times only one piece of clothing. And it would be from the sheep. It would be heavy. So they would be sweating. He smelled from them something that was offensive. He told them, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, haqqan ala kulli Muslim. It is wajib for every Muslim that in every 7 days, he has to choose one of those days to wash his whole body and to wash his head. He doesn't wait for 7 days to do that. But if he's in the desert, if he's working out in the middle of the ocean, if he's driving a truck far distance, a lorry, he only can shower once a week, okay. But you have to clean yourself once every week. But our religion and the way we're living, shouldn't we take a shower every day, man? And then some of us will have a brother, a friend, you can smell him outside of Ramadan. You can smell his breath, and we won't even give him advice. We won't even give him advice. In the month of Ramadan, it's okay. We understand. One time the munafiq, Prophet Muhammad came to the munafiq, Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul, and he was with the other munafiqs. When Rasulullah came close to him on his horse, he said, hey Muhammad, get away from us. You stink. One of the companions said, Wallahi, you stink. And Rasulullah's horse, his donkey, smells better than you. Because that was the Muslim defending the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Can you say to someone you know a Muslim is fasting and the one who doesn't have any religion, has no deen, he smells your breath and says, your breath stink, get out of here. Oh, I don't like to get out of here with that lihya. Get dirt on your face. Go cut that and look like white people. Look like the European. Who says that? The Muslim girl, she has niqab, she has a veil and nice clothes on. You say, get out of here, you ninja. And he doesn't like that. And he says he's a Muslim. She says she's a Muslim. No, we say something's wrong with you. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ونسأل الله تعالى التوفيق والسداد. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا وطيبا مباركا فيه وصلوات الله وسلامه على نبينا الأمين أما بعد. Last thing I want to mention, 2 minutes inshallah, about this hadith about the bad breath. And this is important. In 1446, and our children are growing up here in the UK, losing their identity and their religion. And some of us come from these places where our countries were al-istimar, they were colonized. Senegal, Gambia, in Africa, colonized. So our women, we have to wear wigs. Your hair's not like that. We want to dye our skin because we hate ourselves. We have self-hatred. We look at white people and people of color, we really think they're better than us. And this is one of the reasons why I categorically reject Jesus being the Son of Allah. Which Jesus? The Jesus they created, the white Jesus with the blue eyes and the long hair. God's Son is a white man? Get out of here with that stuff, man. You ain't getting me with that stuff. Isa ibn Maryam was Rasulullah. I don't care what color he was, but he wasn't a white man. So we had this thing where I hate myself. I hate myself? Yeah, you hate yourself when you don't know who your Lord is. But anyway, the last point about this bad breath, this is important, and that is when Allah loves something, whether you like it or not, we have to love that thing. So if something is loved by Allah, we have to love it. If something is raised up by Allah or His Messenger, we have to raise it up. Allah mentioned in the Quran, وَمَا كَانَ لِمُؤْمِنٍ وَلَا مُؤْمِنَةٍ إِذَا قَضَى اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ أَمْرًا أَنْ يَكُونَ لَهُمُ الْخِيَرَةُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِمْ. It is not acceptable for a true believing man, a true believing woman, if Allah or His Messenger decides something, for them to have any say-so about that thing. Any say-so. You're not a real Muslim if you have a problem with something that Allah legislated. It's haram for you to have problems with your mother and your father. Even if your father is a difficult man, even if your mother is difficult, you have to humble yourself and respect them. It's haram for the Muslim woman to be disrespectful to her husband, even if he's a tough character. You divorce your wife, those are your kids, man. You can't abandon your kids, missing in action. Where you at? Fasting the month of Ramadan and you left your kids like that? What kind of fast is that? What kind of fast is that? A man gonna fast every day, and he left his kids, doesn't help his wife with anything? What kind of fast is that? By the Lord of the Kaaba, I ask you. And then it gets even worse. You're fasting and you believe Rasulullah is Hazar Nazar? Rasulullah never died? Rasulullah is everywhere? What are you talking about? So in this hadith, the bad breath is atyab, is purer with Allah than the expensive misk. We're not going to say to a Muslim, get out of here, your breath stinks. Because Allah has raised that breath, so you have to raise it as well. Even if you don't like how it smells, that's normal. But don't make fun of it. Don't make istihza, mock it. And this is important. He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, من التمس رضا الله بسخط الله رضي الله عنه وأرضى الناس عنه. Anyone who makes Allah pleased at the expense of making people angry, he does something that Allah wants him to do, but people don't like it. Kuffar or Muslims. His relatives don't like that she put proper hijab on. The relatives don't like, once he start practicing, he stops shaking hands with his cousins. The relatives don't like it. The relatives are people of tasawwuf. He says, I'm not doing that. and they don't like it. But he doesn't do that because it's an innovation. He doesn't do it because it's shirk. They get mad. Anyone who does anything and he makes Allah pleased and the people get upset with him, Allah will be pleased with him. And inshallah, Allah will make the people pleased with him. And anyone who does something in order to please the people and he makes Allah angry, Allah will be angry with him and the people will be angry. Don't you know these kuffar, when they see us apologizing about our religion, they lose respect for you when you do things for them just to please them. They say he has no principles. He's weak. No, man, I need this job. I just got married, I need this job. I got bills, I need this job. But I have to pray at this job. I have to come to Friday. At least I'm going to talk to him. Some of us are afraid. Some of us are afraid. He has a beautiful name in Islam, Abdul Latif. He goes to work and let them people call him Larry, Mo. My name ain't Mo, man. My name is Muhammad. Don't call me Mo. Don't call me Mo. Stick up for your rights. Stick up for who you are. If the people don't like what you're doing, don't worry about it. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to go into a China shop where there's expensive china, expensive things, and we're going to go in there like a bull and just knock things over. I didn't say that. You have to have hikmah. You got to know how to move. But knowing how to move doesn't mean you start apologizing and acquiescing. Well, where I come from, you know, white people, Europeans, they cut their beards. So it's professional to cut my beard. It ain't a professional to cut your beard. And I'm not putting anybody down. But you gotta ask your question. You gotta ask this question. Where does it come from? Why do we cut our beards? We cut our beards because this is the standard of Europeans. White people started that stuff. Even non-Muslims from where we come from. Non-Muslims used to have their beards because it's a sign of ar-rajula. It's a sign of manliness. I am not putting anybody down. You don't have a beard, I'm not putting you down. I'm not singling you out. But what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Outside of Ramadan, if my brother comes to me and his breath smells, I'm not going to say anything? Ad-dinu nasiha, ad-dinu nasiha, ad-dinu nasiha. So I don't want anybody to feel I'm punching down on you. I'm not punching down on you. I'm just giving you advice, food for thought. We're going to do things because these people want us to do. We're going to apologize about our religion. So in concluding, Ummat al-Islam, Allah Ta'ala mentioned ayat upon ayat. Al-yawm ya'isa alladhina kafaru an dinakum fala takhshawhum wakhshaw. Today, those disbelievers, they have given up all hope about your religion. So don't be afraid of them. Be afraid of me. Fear me. Don't fear them. Allah told the Nabi of Islam, وَلَنْ لِلْأَبَدِيَّةِ وَلَنْ تَرْضَى عَنْكَ الْيَهُودُ وَلَنْ نَصَارَى حَتَّى تَتَّبِعَ مِلَّتَهُمْ إِنَّ هُدَى اللَّهِ هُوَ الْهُدَى. Ya Muhammad, these Jews and these Christians will never, ever, ever be pleased with you until you follow their way. Smoke weed, drink Hennessy, drink Heineken, smoke crack, make zina, don't pray, don't fast, fall into fahisha. They will never be pleased with you until you follow their way. Until you say homosexuality is okay. I'm not going to harm any homosexual. I'm going to follow the law. But if you ask me what's the reason, what's the ruling, I'm going to say it's a major sin. It's an abomination for a man to want to be on another man. Something is wrong with him. But that's not what the white man says. It's not what Europeans say. So in concluding, Ummat al-Islam, in our religion, the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam showed us the path. A shaitan is da'if, and we're da'if as well. We become stronger, we have izzah when we practice this religion. Over 2-3 billion Muslims walking on the face of the earth, and collectively we can't do anything for Palestine. We can't do anything when we look at this ummah. But I tell you this, and I'm finished. Wallahi billahi tallahi, waybullahi. People in this room, the people in this masjid, we can shift the whole world if just we started practicing the religion correctly. The Kitab and the Sunnah, the way Abu Bakr and Uthman and Ali understood that Kitab and the Sunnah. Because the religion started with them. It was only 4 people and it started. And now we got over these billions and billions of people. It is the quality and not the quantity. May Allah Ta'ala establish our feet firmly upon the Kitab and the Sunnah and help us to understand the importance of following the Salaf of this Ummah. May Allah Ta'ala make this Quran and the Sunnah the way of our lives. And may He Subhanahu wa Ta'ala make us of those people who are truthful in word and deed. And may He bless and protect our babies. Aqim as-salat. Yarhamakumullah.
Akan pilih, no problem. Kira usah lihat.